Because Joe Biden and the Democrats refuse to secure the border, Texas has and we will continue to erect barriers, repel migrants, as well as bus and fly migrants to New York, Chicago, and other places like that.
Governor Greg Abbott defiant after the Department of Justice filed legal action to block the Lone Star State's new law authorizing Texas peace officers to arrest immigrants here illegally. The DOJ lawsuit comes after a record 302,000 uninvited foreign nationals were apprehended in December alone. Panel, seems like Texas can make a solid case by simply stating the feds clearly aren't enforcing our nation's law, and preventing us from doing the job only compounds the damage inflicted by the president's abdication and negligence. A little editorial on my part there, Sergio, but I mean, you know, come on, 302,000 people.
Well, you know, December is the traveling month. You know that. Okay. Fly, bus, walking, whatever. However, it does. Seriously. And 302,000 it did. I was looking at the data. 220,000 were detained and in custody by Border Patrol agents. And out of those 220,000, we have to look at how many were arrested on felony charges that are in overcrowded jails and prison, how many were expelled back. But also, let's flip the script. You know, besides the Senate Bill 4 racial profiling issue, but you know, this argument about open borders, let's flip the script. Actually, the Border Patrol is doing a great job. They apprehended 302,000 migrants. That means they're doing their job. I commend them. But also keep in mind that the Biden administration sent back, deported 11 airplanes full of Venezuelans back to Caracas, Venezuela. That never gets the news. But let's just put it all in context. They're doing a great job. And of course, it's out of control, but we can do much better.
Marcus, Sergio says they're doing a great job. Are they?
Listen, the federal government is doing a terrible job at handling this crisis, and it is jeopardizing the future and the current state of the United States of America. And it's so unfortunate that, you know, they have the energy to go and sue the state of Texas for the policy that they put in place, but they don't have the energy to put a policy in place that's effective for citizens of Houston and effective for people who want to come here legally. So it's so unfortunate. And you know, the Iceman, I don't side with him often, but sending the buses and a message to the Democratic cities that are not listening is it's chess. And now and unfortunately the mayor of New York is insane, because now he's suing the bus company for their participation in it, instead of using that energy to correct and curb the problem. The Iceman cometh.
All right, our Sunday survey agrees with Marcus. 90% of our viewers right now support the idea of busing immigrants to northern and western cities. Charles?
I support the idea based on it getting the result, letting them feel the pain that Houston is feeling, that Eagle Pass and other counties and cities are feeling.
Yeah, Eric Adams says the immigrant influx is destroying the city of New York. His words, not mine, former resident of New Jersey.
Yes, and I lived in Brooklyn for 2 years. I mean, it is, and the reason is, and Sergio, 11 airplanes leave Hobby Airport in an hour. That's nothing. But
like how does Charles know all of this stuff?
No, I'm just saying. But
it wasn't a private jet.
When you look at New York, I can understand why he says it's destroying it, because they have a constitutional amendment that says they have to house anyone who's unhoused. So when they go there, and he sued the state of New York trying to overturn that, and they said no, they reinforced it. And so it is difficult, but these are also the same mayors who sat there idly by for years letting this issue happen, and then chastising the state of Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, Florida, other places when they couldn't deal with this burden. And so what Abbott's doing is working, because now you see people, the mayor of Chicago, the mayor of LA, led a delegation of mayors to the White House to go speak with the president about doing something. I don't know what came of that, but you're seeing some change that comes out, or you're seeing some change in rhetoric that's coming out of it. So we'll see if that actually leads to change in policy. I mean, I doubt it, but we'll see.
Gary, do you think that all of this is coalescing into an openness for some type of immigration reform on a bipartisan basis?
No.
No.
I don't think that's happening. What I do think is coalescing is that the American people are finally realizing what a giant scam our open borders are and how it impacts Americans and residents here. It impacts our education, welfare system, health care, everything, crime, everything. And it's going to be a major issue in this election. And if this is a major issue, as I think it will be, I think that Joe Biden's going to get beat because he deserves to go. He is not enforcing our laws at all. We have an open border. I mean, we were talking before the show. We have been talking about this for 5 years, 6 years. We've been talking about it forever. And things aren't getting better, they're getting worse. And this idea, Sergio, that the federal government is enforcing our immigration law, no. They're an escort service. They escort these people into the country, they process them, and they give them a court date in 5 years and say, hey, please show up.
Okay, guess what? We're going to talk about it in the next segment, too. Still